Meet Don Bales, a young project manager from Sydney, Australia. He decided to embark on a journey of a lifetime, traveling around the world. There are so many people who dream about traveling around the world, but so few actually do it. Let's find out how Don is already making his dream come true.
Wow. Highlights. Well, first of all, there is this snowball effect I never expected to happen. So originally, as I was traveling, I just started posting photos in Facebook and just to share some interesting places I've been with my friends in Facebook. What I did not expect was they actually got inspired by what I was doing, and just by looking at what I'm doing at Facebook. And these are people from all over the world, man. I mean, I get it, it's more of, wow, I'm actually not traveling for myself anymore. I'm actually like traveling also for my friends. So lighting up someone's passion or dream of travel, or someone just, wow, this is possible, or wow, I'm inspired because someone's doing it, something extraordinary. And so I'm really happy. I think that would be my main highlight. That was something I never even intended originally, but it just happened. So that is a highlight. And of course, the other highlight are some of the places I did manage to go, which I thought, I would never go, but I've always dreamed of. Places like Antarctica, Easter Island, Galapagos, Machu Picchu, the 7 wonders. I've done 4 out of the 7 new wonders of the world. So these are amazing places I've seen, and just to be there, experience it, see it with my 2 eyes, that is a highlight for me as well. And the third highlight would probably be, and also equally important, is the experience I have with the people I've met, both new friends I've made, and the old friends that I've been reunited with. Because at the end, what really made my trip worthwhile was the experience I have with the people I've met and I've experienced with. It's not just about the place, it's actually about the people you've been with and the very good experience you have with the people in a particular place. So that would be the highlight for me of this travel.
Don, how did you manage to take it from a dream into a reality?
Well, it started as a dream, and yeah, I mean, you get the opportunity to do it, and when you do the opportunity to do it, you just have to do it. Really, because it doesn't come often. I got the opportunity to take a year off from work, and I still get my job back next year when I get back, so not everyone gets that opportunity. I had some money saved, which I was supposed to use to buy property, an apartment. So incidentally, I said, I'm glad I didn't buy a property, otherwise I wouldn't have money at this point in time. And I'm single at the moment, and yeah, it all lined up together. I said, okay, I had the time, I had the money, no commitments, just finished also my responsibilities at work as well as in my extracurricular activities. So this is the time to travel. So far I've traveled for 5.5 months. I still have 8 more months to go, and that's still a long way. I haven't reached halfway of my travel around the world. And I love the adventure. I love the challenge. I love learning new things, and I love the unpredictability, and that's part of the traveling experience. Well, first, don't be afraid to follow your dreams. Be courageous. I mean, a lot of people are afraid, like, oh, that's a big ask, 1 year to travel. Oh gosh, I might lose my job, or I don't have enough money, or I don't know, can I do it by myself? Things like that. Oh, come on, get rid of all those excuses. If you really want it bad enough, you'll do it. No excuses. Seriously. So have the courage to get rid of those excuses and go for it. Start the travel. Once you get the courage to start your passion to travel, everything will just come into place. Again, the law of attraction. You will meet the right people, even sometimes strangers, old friends who will help you. Money sometimes can be an obstacle if you put it in your head that it's an obstacle. Don't let money ever be an obstacle. Of course, practically you have to have a budget. I mean, of course. But, you know, I've met people, and you can read them in books too, people or in their blogs. They've managed to live in South America for what, 6 to 9 months in under $10,000. I've met people who've traveled for 2 years straight traveling, and I ask them what are they doing in their country. Oh, I worked as a social service, you know, like a normal employee. I still managed to do that because this person really dreamed of traveling, dreamed it bad enough, wanted bad enough, been resourceful and creative in how to do this travel. There's so many ways to fund it. I learned that, you know, I really have actually the courage to do things I originally thought I couldn't do. Like, I wouldn't even imagine a few years ago, I wouldn't even imagine that I would be traveling around the world. Like, it was a dream. I would probably think it's almost like a dream I do if I'm, what, very, really old, retired, or if I have money, if I won a lottery. Like, beyond me. And I'm actually doing it now, and I didn't win the lottery, by the way. I'm just a simple person. I'm doing it now. That it taught me, wow, dreams do come true if you really want it bad enough. You'll be creative about it. You just follow your heart. If you're really passionate about it, nothing is impossible. I've met many other travelers, the same vision. So I did learn that about myself. Wow, you really took the step. You really walked the talk. That's really a main one that I've learned. The other one that I've learned about myself is, wow, Don, you're actually charismatic in some ways. I mean, I felt like, I know I'm friendly, but now I really thought I'm really open and friendly, and you won't believe I actually considered myself an introvert. I think I am an introvert in like my personality profile, but you know, now I meet people, I meet strangers who eventually become friends, and I'm pretty open about it. You wouldn't believe I'm an introvert actually, but I am. And yeah, that's something I realized, wow, the power of, you know, being open, friendly. And the third one is really being flexible and being open to change. Like back in when I was working professionally, I'm more of a systematic person who wants to analyze things, plan my things, everything, you know, really organize and plan. I did that probably at the start of my trip, but eventually through the course of my trip I kind of changed, you know. Now I kind of play it by ear, kind of want to have that adventurous spirit, taking the risks, like, oh, I don't even know where I'm gonna stay today, or things like that. You do risky stuff. I did some very adventurous things, so, you know, just willing to what do you call it, take a leap of faith. And yeah, so I did being flexible. Now sometimes I don't even have a schedule. I just follow my intuition, you know, follow my heart, follow my gut feel. You know, just you'll have a sense of it. You get used to it when you travel. So that traveling taught me that, I guess. Really, well, if you can plan ahead, then do try to plan ahead, because it does avoid a lot of stress if you've got your plane tickets and your accommodations taken care of. But sometimes it's not always the case. You always plan last minute. So if you're the adrenaline type of person, this is like for you, because sometimes I feel like I'm on an amazing race type of adventure, always on the rush, on the go. It can be stressful, but I try to divert the stress by getting fascinated with the things I see and being overwhelmed instead with joy, because wow, look at this, like, you know. So I forget the stress, I forget all the stress, and I just focus on what the rewards are. So yeah, that's probably how I cope up with it.
So how do you handle being alone?
That's a good question. I really never felt being alone, actually. Well, first, thanks to social media, it actually helped me connect with my loved ones, my family, and my friends. You know, as I said, I mentioned, I post my status or my pictures in Facebook, and I get feedback. It's really heartwarming to get this feedback, and you know, from your family and from your friends. So you know that they're watching over you and they take care of you. And sometimes I call them. You know, there are tools like Skype. You can easily call them. You know, and I do that sometimes. So I never really felt alone in that sense of being homesick. I never felt homesick. The other one is you always meet new friends. So the advantage of traveling alone is it kind of forces you to meet new people, and it forces you to be open, and it did for me, and I'm so grateful for that because of that I actually met a lot of cool friends who I became really good friends with. And yeah, so I never really felt alone, and the best part is reuniting with friends in other parts.
The final question.
Yes.
One day you will be back in your office, back in your normal day work. What how will you feel then, and what is it that you are planning to take with you to that normal day work after all that adventure?
That remains to be seen. It's not conclusive, you know. You never know what's gonna happen. Even myself, I can't predict what's gonna happen in the future. What I can predict and assure myself though is I'm a changed man when I get back. Definitely, this is a life-changing trip. Next year when I get back after this trip, even though I'm back to my work or wherever I am at that point in my city, I will do extraordinary things. I will set goals for myself, whether it can be like, I've actually started to list down even like things I wanted to do that I've been procrastinating in my life. Things like I wanted to learn a new sport like jiu-jitsu, martial arts. I want to try that. I want to learn how to swim properly and do surfing back in Sydney. I want to learn how to cook properly, and I want to try a half marathon. So extraordinary things you can do back at your home.
So you want to keep yourself active even when you're...
Yes, you can live an extraordinary life even in your own city, man. Like
Ordinary days.
in ordinary days.
Thank you.
All
Any
right.
final word for the viewers?
Well, go for it.
Good.
Thank you.
All right, man.
Please join us for our next episode to find out what are some of the essentials you would want to take with you when packing your bag to go around the world.